So the album Expel that we just put out starts off with the song Wildfire.
Well, we all used to play in hardcore bands, and so Wildfire is a bit of a harkening back to those hardcore roots a little bit.
Wildfire is moody and dark and starts off a lot different than most of the songs that we have.
It's probably one of the more aggressive songs that we've written.
My favorite thing about our song Wildfire is how it catches our audience by surprise when we play it live.
What's the name of the song again?
But it's fun because it reminds me of being 18, 19 again, playing in hardcore bands.
It's a fast song, and if I get too excited, I play it way too fast, like everything else.
We really wanted the album to start with something that was going to hit you in your face. You aren't going to see it coming. And we've dabbled in hardcore before, but we wanted something that was like really aggressive and just straightforward and heavy.
We had another faster song that we were working on, and I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was boring, and then we came up with this one, and it's good. It's a good song.
So lyrically, when I was writing this song, I was writing a few different songs about grieving and like getting over certain things in life. And this one specifically was, I came up with the lyrics while I was driving, and I was feeling very angry, and I came up with the lyrics rip and tear, shred it all apart, like because I was understanding that like in order to get over something, in order to be made new, you kind of have to destroy the old self. And in my own life, it was really like, I really need to start fresh and almost like in righteous anger, just like shred everything apart. And this song is kind of like a representation of that, being so aggressive and everything.
We befriended the Deathbreaker guys a couple of years ago.
I met the guys in Deathbreaker, I'm trying to think what year that was, maybe 2017, I think, 2018. I don't know what year it was, one of those, but it was at the first day of Face Down Fest. I got there hours before it began, and just kind of checking out the venue. It was the Glass House in Pomona, California, and there was just some band hanging out, eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches, and it was the guys in Deathbreaker, and I introduced myself, and we started talking about, you know, bands that we were into. I remember we brought up the name Dogwood. We all liked the band Dogwood, and I was telling them about the band I played in called Light the Way, and we just started just connecting from there. And here it is years later, 5 or 6 years later, and we still have this bond and this connection, and I'm so glad and thankful that they got to be part of it in some sort of way with what we're doing.
We went on tour last year in 2023, Summer of George tour, and we swung through their neck of the woods in Washington, and we got to hang out with them, and they're just the nicest, sweetest dudes ever. And we just felt that Scott's vocals fit perfectly on that song because that's what he does.
We're super grateful that Scott McNeil was able to do guest vocals on it. Scott's vocalist of Deathbreaker on Face Down Records, just has a visceral scream that just matched so well with kind of like that lead up to a breakdown. I
had asked, you know, hey, do you think you would, Scott, if you'd be interested in wanting to do guest vocals on one of our songs? And he was like, yeah, definitely.
You know, we just couldn't have asked for anyone better to do it. To you, Scott.
Guitar-wise, I basically play what Christian told me to play.
Creatively, as a bass player, I don't do much other than fill in the low end and round out the rhythm section.
Well, you know, as one of the band's main songwriters, sometimes you come up with the guitar leads and everything, and I don't know, I was, you know, busy writing songs as well, so sometimes it was nice to just have a song completely already written, and I just get to play the parts that he already wrote, so.
Part of the songwriting process, you know, when we were coming up with it together, you know, I demoed it and stuff at home, and when I brought it to the band, like, I wasn't really sure how I was going to sing it on the choruses, so we just kind of did it the way that we did it. And I remember even as we were going up to the studio, I'm thinking, is this like hook catchy enough? And I asked Andrew that, and he was like, yeah, dude, it's good. And I'm glad that we kept it the same, because it's like, it's a pretty simple hook, but it keeps with kind of like the moodiness of it and the aggression without getting too poppy, because we do like getting poppy every now and again.
I can't take much credit for the great bass tone on the song. The guy that records all our records, Bob, likes to record the bass straight into the mixer, and I don't know what he does, but it always sounds great.
I don't know, tone-wise, we were practicing it, I was just saturating it with like distortion and reverb and stuff until it sounded really cool, and that's what we did. I hope you like the song.
We'll let that last part out.